live from Guaranteed Rate Field on the south side of Chicago. MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Seattle Mariners going up against the Chicago White Sox. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And a lot riding on this one as these teams meet for game 2, Chris.
Yeah, this might be the game to actually decide the series, Boog. When it's 5 games, getting a 2-0 lead is a dominant position to be in. And I don't see this series getting to a 5th game if we have a repeat of game 1's outcome in this one.
Yeah, the Crows start circling for a team that falls into a 2-game deficit, not where you want to be. First pitch coming your way next. All right, just about set to go. And on the mound here today, Zach Gallen. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Okay, all set to go. Here's Nico Horner. Makes the catch, and there's one gone. And now we check out the Mariners lineup. And the key to victory for them here, get their starter some run support early.
Boog, if they can get him that run support early, it's likely the other team folds because they know how dominant he can be once he gets settled in. So put pressure on that other team right away, jump out to a lead early, and a few runs is going to feel like 30.
That catches the zone for a strike. Going to count 1 and 2.
Well, this team was shut out in the previous game, and I'm really interested to see what did they talk about in that hitters meeting that's going to translate into the game and help them get on that scoreboard.
1 out, bases empty. That one a little bit high, and that's ball 2.
Looks like he thinks that should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but doesn't seem to be too upset. That's just a case where I think he's trying to get a better feel for the umpire's strike zone and what he's going to be calling. That's just a part of pitching.
And they'll do it again. And a pitch. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Two down.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
1 down, base is empty. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And it's caught for the out.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 22.
Here's Josh Naylor.
Naylor.
Two outs. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Hauls it in to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the first. No score. Back here with my pal Singy. And on the hill, Logan Gilbert. What do you have on him, Chris?
A really good outing for him last time. Scattered 2 runs, was attacking hitters, getting ahead in the count. Great performance. We'll see if he can do it again in this one.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. At the plate, Dominic Fletcher.
The right fielder, Dominic.
The pitch. And a base hit right there. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but He did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Here is Yoan Moncada. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double. In comes the first run of the game as the White Sox take the lead.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Luis Ariz stands in. Man at second. Ripped on a line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Batting fourth, the center fielder.
Time to check out the lineup for the White Sox. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent, and sometimes...
Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. And they boost their lead. It's 3-0.
He was able to hit one out in this weather. Are you kidding me? How did he do that? When you see a guy take a slider on the outside part of the plate and hit an opposite field home run, fires you up because not only is he flexing the muscles to show the pop, that kind of approach you'll hit for a high average as well.
Base is empty, one away. So up next for Chicago, Alex Verdugo. On the ground right side, and it's through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
So up next, Andrew Vaughn. To third, a sliding stop. To second, there's one. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. Luis Robert with the homer here. It's now 3-0. You're watching the American League Division Series on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's Julio Rodriguez.
Julio
1-1 down. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Now the catcher up to hit. Cal Raleigh fought off foul. Got him swinging.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good two-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
Here's Tyler O'Neill.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Down the line, Fletcher sizing this one up. Fletcher makes the play. The throw is wild and it gets away.
Batting seven, the left fielder, number 20,
Luke Raley up next for the Mariners. 2 outs. There's a strike.
Well, if he's going to steal second, You want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
The M's trailing by 3, and we're here in game 2 of the ALDS. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Righty to the plate. Ruther takes off. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Mariners lead 1. They trail it here 3-0. And we're back. Stepping in, Dalton Varsho.
The left fielder, Dalton Varsho.
The wind of the pitch. Grounder off the pitcher. He makes the throw, but it's not in time. And the defense comes away with nothing. And now they'll hustle out to check on him. That was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Colson Montgomery. At the belt and fires. That one fouled off. Nobody out. Runner at first. And that one in the air center field. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. One down.
Batting 9th, the catcher,
Francisco Mejia coming up to hit. The 1-1. Line drive. Stretches out and hauls it in. Back to the top of the White Sox lineup. Stepping in, the White Sox leadoff man, Dominic Fletcher. Here's a 1-1. That one is absolutely belted. And in one hops the wall. Around third. He'll score easily, and they lead by 4.
Comes through with the RBI. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
Yoan Moncada with a chance to hit. Kicks and fires. Rocketed out towards right center. Rodriguez flashes the leather on the running catch, but a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now a 4-0 ball game. This is the American League Division Series on the show. Back here on the south side, now it's the DH, Dominic Canzone. This park is absolutely electric for this game. Such a great postseason atmosphere. To the right side, and that one handled. Fires over to first. One up, one down.
Nothing like the drama you get in the postseason, Boog. Love being a part of these games.
Tyler Locklear up next for the Mariners. And he deals.
1 and 2.
The Mariners down by 4 here in game 2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for, a bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
2 down, nobody on. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2. On the ground, right side, Arise. Gathers and throws to first. And the Mariners set down 1-2-3. Mariners go down quietly there. They're down 4-0. Here on the south side, bottom of the inning. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Arias. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Tough game for him so far, Boog. Another hit, and they've just been knocking him around through the first 2+. He's got to get things back on track. Maybe junk a pitch that isn't working, or he might not last much longer.
So, man aboard. Luis Robert steps to the plate for the White Sox. That one missed.
You know, these White Sox doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. It's tough to remember the times they've actually swung and missed at a pitch because it really hasn't happened. They've made contact on nearly 100% of their swings.
There's a swing and a drive. That's back there. And that one is out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 6-0.
He's bringing the thunder in a rainstorm. How in the world did he manage to hit that pitch out? High velocity up and in is just such a difficult location for the hitter, but this time he pulls the hands tight to the body, gets through this pitch. What conviction in that swing. Awesome job at the plate.
And here comes the Mariners manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Logan Gilbert done for the day, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. Ty Matt taking over on the mound.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now.
Here's Alex Verdugo. No question about this one. It's out of here. They go back to back, and they add to their lead. It's 7-0. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
And up next for Chicago, Andrew Vaughn. And the right-hander deals. Ripped to short. Toss to Naylor. Finally gets the first out here on the grounder.
Fielder, number 25, Dalton Varsho.
And now, Dalton Varsho. One down, base is empty. Bounced up the middle. Oh, he gloves it. On the run, sends it over to first. In time. Got him.
Now batting, shortstop, Colton Montgomery.
2 outs, base is empty. Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox. 2 outs. In the air, left field. Rayleigh under this one. Makes the catch, inning over. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 7-0. We're in the second game of this division series. And stepping in for the Mariners, Cole Young. The 1-1. Lifted in the air down the left side. Varsho snags it on the run. Josh Naylor will hit next. The White Sox up big in this one. Top half of inning number 4. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, at that velocity, if that's all you're seeing, 88, you can handle that all day long. That's what you get in batting practice. But off the velocity of the fastball, that is a very tough pitch to adjust to.
One down, base is empty. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
And now the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. 2 outs, base is empty. Line drive, base hit right field.
Now batting.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
2 outs, runner at first. Now at the plate, Cal Raleigh. Swing and a miss. Fights it off. He'll see another. Two outs. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Robert brings it in, and that'll do it. 1 hit, 1 left. On now to the bottom of the 4th. White Sox 7 and the Mariners nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Francisco Mejia. And here it comes. That one ripped right center field. In one hops off the wall, should be extra bases. And that's a leadoff double.
He was all over that one. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
So the batting order turns over. Now it's the right fielder, Dominic Fletcher. On the ground to first, Naylor. Throws to first in time. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. We haven't seen a break in the weather, and the umpires might be forced to make a decision soon.
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, everyone looking and wondering when they're going to stop play. It definitely feels close.
Yoan Moncada steps to the plate for the White Sox. That one ripped. Squeezes it. Runner tagging from third. The relay throw. Not in time. He's safe. And a run comes in to score. 2 outs, base is empty. Luis Arias steps to the plate for the White Sox. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. So it's 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We've played 4. White Sox 8 and the Mariners nothing. And we're back. We go to the top of the fifth, and now the right fielder, Tyler O'Neill. Foul ball.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Now batting, left fielder, Luke Raley.
And now for Seattle, Luke Raley. Ball to strike. The pitch. And a big swing and a miss. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Moncada drifts towards it. Drops into the glove. One away.
The batter, number 8, designated hitter, Dominic Canzone.
Man at first. In now is the Mariners DH, Dominic Canzone. O'Neill, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Tyler Locklear digs in now. 2 outs. Next pitch in for a strike, and the count is 1-2. Swing and a ball hammered left field. That's back. Makes the catch up against the wall. One left for Seattle. Still 8-0. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Luis Robert. This is a true 5-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him. On a line out towards center. Rodriguez makes the grab, 1 away.
Man, he smoked that fastball. He's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall. Maybe next time up, he'll find a hole.
Alex Verdugo, the next to hit. 2-1 now. That one laced to center and a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Good extension on that swing. Took the pitch on the outside part of the plate and drove it up the middle. He let it travel just enough.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. And next to hit for the Sox, Andrew Vaughn. Hit in the air, center field. And it falls. Lead runner makes the turn at second. To third, not in time. And it's runners at the corners with 1 gone.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough.
That one out to right. Makes the grab. Runner tags from third. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. And they now lead by 9.
In that situation, you're looking to get something up in the zone that you can put in the air. Worst case scenario, a sacrifice fly to drive in that runner from third.
So out of the bullpen for the Mariners, Emerson Hancock.
And he's coming in to pitch on 4 days rest right here. And that might not be a factor at all in terms of being rusty, but he should definitely be well rested.
So up next for Chicago, Colson Montgomery.
Shortstop.
Vaughn, the runner at first with 2 gone. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that one's gone. And they add a pair. It's 11-0. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Now it's the White Sox catcher, Francisco Mejia. 2 down, nobody on. Lined, and that's a base hit.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Back to the top of the lineup, Dominic Fletcher steps to the plate for the White Sox. Ground ball up the middle, and that chance handled. They get the force. That's out number 3. Back at Guaranteed Rate Field, all set for the start of the inning. And now here is Nico Horner. And a pitch. This one popped up. Vaughn makes the catch, and there's one away.
Now batting, shortstop, Cole Young.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Cole Young. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Right through there for a strike. Got it by him for the K.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information, but the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitch.
Well, he settles under it in left, and that will end the inning. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the White Sox 11 and the Mariners nothing. Back here on the south side, bottom of the 6th. Here's the third baseman, Yoan Moncada. The pitch. Lifted in the air, right center field. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
The batter, number 5, second baseman.
Here's the second baseman, Luis Arias.
Ryan.
Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, the center fielder, Luis.
And now Luis Robert. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
Hit hard on the ground to short. Slings to first, and they take care of Robert for the out. And that is that. Down in order go the White Sox. But they still lead it 11-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now here is Julio Rodriguez. Right through there for a strike.
Well, just about to hit that century mark, 100 pitches for this game.
Out to short, Montgomery. Tosses to first. One up, one down.
The batter, the catcher, Cal.
Zach Gallen departs, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. White Sox going with a new arm, Joe Barlow. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Barlow.
Bases empty, one away. Here in the late stages of game 2. Swing and a miss
1 and 2.
as he was out front that time. Swings through it for the K. Had him out front for strike 3.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
That one 95 to finish him off. This one pretty well decided at this point. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the White Sox 11 and the Mariners nothing. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the White Sox DH, Alex Verdugo. And a 1-1. And that one pulled foul. That's ripped. Base hit.
The batter, the first baseman, Andrew.
Now here is Andrew Vaughn. The 1-1. And a base hit up the middle. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And the throw's offline, safe at third. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
So digging in, Dalton Varsho. Here's a 1-1. That's hard hit in the line. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's 12-0.
Picks himself up an RBI. Nice job going the opposite way with it, letting the ball travel and not allowing the barrel to hook around the ball. It's so frustrating when you see a good pitch and your hands roll over. It was on the outside part of the plate, and he approached it perfectly.
Gabe Spire gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
So up next, Colson Montgomery. Ground ball right side. Naylor fired to second. Over to first, but it's offline.
Well, that was going to be a really tough one to turn 2 on, so a nice job to get the out at second right there. Hold on to the baseball. Shortstop clearly paid the price, but that kind of comes with the territory.
Francisco Mejia steps to the plate for the White Sox. This one high in the air to left center. Rodriguez heads towards it. He's got it. Runner tags for home. The throw's offline. He's safe. And they extend their lead. And here is Dominic Fletcher.
Dominic Fletcher.
2 outs. And a swing and a miss. Activity in the bullpen. Ryan Stanek appears to be getting loose. Edwards also throwing. And a 1-2. Up the middle, Young. They take the force out. What a play. Inning over. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 8th inning coming up. White Sox on top, 13-0.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
The wind to kick the pitch. Swings and misses. And the count is even 2-2. Kopech, a very difficult guy to get hits off of. It's really rare for teams to string stuff together against him.
He wins every pitch, and for a hitter, sometimes a victory is just fouling off one of his pitches.
He's there. He's got it. And there's 1 away.
Unless he beats himself, somehow can't find it, doesn't have the control command that day, you can pretty much forget about it.
So now the DH spot, Dominic Canzone. As a hitter, there's even more pressure to take advantage of any mistake, right?
Yeah, and you're hoping that, somehow.
Oh, now this one's high and deep, way back there, on its way, gone. He'll circle the bases, and they've got their first run. It's 13-1.
They thought he could blow a high fastball by him, but he was ready for it. Look at how quickly he jumped on that pitch.
One down, and now it's going to be Tyler Locklear.
And he's got deception in his delivery, and it's not that he's trying to deceive the hitters. He just has this natural flow that makes it hard for hitters to pick the ball up. It gets on them a little bit quicker than they anticipate, even though they know what the velocity numbers are. Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
That's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Man, Boog, this guy's got a special eye for the fastball. He's just capable of taking away a big part of the pitcher's game.
Cole Young up next for the Mariners. 2 outs. Fouls one off. 2-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And we're back. Down to third baseman, Yoan Moncada.
The third baseman, Yoan Moncada.
The 1-1. And a rope into center field, base hit.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
And up next for Chicago, Luis Arias. Swing and a miss. 1-2. The White Sox up big in this one. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Out towards left center. And that'll fall for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so
quickly to second for one. On to first, double play.
I think 4-6-3 double plays like that are way tougher than these guys make it look sometimes, because no matter how you do it, the feed from the second baseman is a tough one. That's where footwork really comes into play. But right there, very well done.
That's a base hit. Run scores. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
And now the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. But they push across 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Game 2 heads to the 9th inning. The White Sox lead it 14-1. All set to start the 9th in this one. And here's the first baseman, Josh Naylor. And a pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Right-hander kicks, deals. And another ball.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Got him looking, and he didn't like the call.
Well, I can't argue with that one, and clearly he was looking for something else, anything but the breaking ball. It's a great pitch to hit right there if you're looking for it, and kind of a gift at a 2-strike count, but sometimes you just get fooled and you got to tip your cap.
Softly in the air down the line, and it goes just foul. The pitch. In the air, right side of the infield. Arise has it sized up. He's got it, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, catcher, Cal Raleigh.
So last chance for the Mariners. And up next for Seattle, Cal Raleigh. One strike away. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Two down, nobody on. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And the righty deals. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Here comes a pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that wraps it up for this afternoon.
This is what you call taking care of business. When you've got home field advantage and you win the first 2 games of the series, that's what you come to the ballpark to do. They've worked hard to get to this point. Now they're in the driver's seat. We'll see how they do once this series continues. But so far, they've set the tone.
So Singy, as the numbers show, a great performance on the mound in this one.
Absolutely, and that really set the tone from the beginning. A fantastic effort.
14-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.